Join us on another adventure with Wild and Free Interior Alaska, where we explore life off-grid in remote Alaska, sharing our experiences either building in a challenging environment, hunting, fishing, trapping, and family time, just to name a few, and so many more adventures. What are we waiting for? Let's go! Ow! As you can see, I'm killing myself over here. Just kidding. I am cutting myself, but experimenting with setting up our water. I have no idea if my redneck rig up with water is going to work, because even after searching high and low for correct adapters to fit, it seems as if I struck out again. So I decided to get creative and try something. So in theory, this part, we'll cut it to the right size. We'll go into a bucket that we will then use our foot and pump up our water, and it will, in theory, then be able to come out the faucet when we turn the faucet on, and maybe potentially not leak, or leak a lot. So if this works, I will then show you exactly what I did. If it doesn't work, you'll never see it again. So that's that. I think we got it to where it's gonna work. So we're going to attach the pedal and then make the final cuts on the excess pipe. And I'll show you exactly what I did. Just one more spin. Okay.
Not as nimble as I once was.
Should we capture that? Ugh, it's getting old. Okay, so this is a marine foot pump for making like a faucet work. And I had it for a while, but I was struggling to find the correct connectors. And so this part is fine, as you can see. We've tightened it down and everything. We spilled other water in the mix, so it's not coming from there. And then we have our bucket that it drains into. We've been using. The issue I had is I couldn't find, let's see if you can see. I could not find the correct adapter that goes onto the gold sink part. So I found one that went onto there, but not one that was gonna fit here. That could get small enough for this to go over top. So I improvised here with this silicone funnel, and the funnel is attached to the adapter, and I'll show you the adapter in a minute. And then there's a little bit of an overlap in between where the gray adapter inside and this hose are attached. And so then I just have this silicone which fit really tight, and then I made sure to tighten it down a little bit more, and it's not leaking. It's working. So now we have running water, and I'll show you that. First, I was attaching the hose so that it was flush with the bottom of the bucket, so we didn't have to have such a large volume of water in order for it to suck it up. So that's what I'm doing here before I can actually use the pump and demonstrate.
So basically, I put a weight at the bottom of the hose so that it would hold it in place and rest near the bottom but not completely flush with the bottom. And then I use this metal zip tie to hold it in place, and that way the hose was facing downward and could suck up the most amount of water without having to fill up the bucket a ton, because sometimes our water is limited and I want to reserve it for other uses. So I just want to be able to put in a little bit of water at a time that I feel like I might need to do dishes, because I tend to warm it up first as well instead of just leave it sitting in there. So this really helped to hold that hose in place and only need a few inches of water in the bottom of the bucket. But of course, if we know we're doing a lot, we could put in a whole bunch of water and do a ton of dishes, and just the ability to continually warm up water and fill it as we need to get through dishes, and not have to have a completely full bucket.
Shall see.
Now that it's in place, we can give it a test and see how it works. Just one little step. Looked like success for me. Let's take a closer look at everything involved.
So this is the connector that I had attached onto the gold sink part, which we're only using this side. Obviously, our water is going to be whatever temperature we make it. So that is what you saw attached under here. So this is what went onto that right here. And then the silicone funnel kind of helps create a non-leaking adapter to make this attach onto that, because the sizing wasn't correct, but it's not leaking and it's working, and I used what I got, because this is probably the third time that we have had to go revisit things at the store to try to find things that would work, and it was kind of not working. Nothing was really fitting, so I made it fit. And then we have our bucket that we'll put our water here, and then our drain bucket here, and I just attached this hose in place using the zip tie. And then we have our pump, and then our water flows out of our sink. If there's any left in our bucket for testing, well, look at that. Now we can do dishes nice and easily.
Took the kids for a ride on the snow machine. They wanted to go, so brought the old 410. Got a ptarmigan, so we'll have some lunch and some trap bait. There was like 7 of them. I tried to go find the others, but couldn't. But there it is.
So what do you just do?
Took the breast meat out.
And what are we going to do with the rest of it?
Use it for bait for traps.
Every little bit will get utilized, but it's going to be a nice compliment to our lunch today. Thank you, little ptarmigan. We will use every bit of you.
While it wasn't a lot, it was definitely a nice compliment as a side to our lunch, and it was delicious and tasty.
11 a.m. the sun came up over here behind those mountains. And now it's about to set over here at 2 p.m.
Who doesn't like sledding into the sunset on the mountainside? Does it get any better? Sledding down this wind slab mountainside was incredibly fast, and because we didn't want to have to walk up too far and because of how fast you catch speed, we were all a little hesitant and would bail off pretty early, but nonetheless, it was fun and full of a lot of laughs. This is definitely a family favorite, coming out here and having all of the different ranges to ourselves to choose from to go sledding.
There you go.
Burgers for dinner this time, and so delicious. These are a family favorite.
Since we're out here for multiple days, although we have water stored in the back, some other water, multiple gallons of water, like 15 that we brought out with us, I'm constantly just throwing some snow on here in a bucket for the dogs, because why not? Happy buddy. So happy.
As you could see, we set a timer and we wake up multiple times throughout the night to keep the fire going so that our cabin stays nice and warm and toasty. And it's especially toasty upstairs where the boys sleep and everybody is nice and comfortable.
Thanks for joining us.
Give us a like and subscribe and follow for our next adventures on Wild and Free.
Interior Alaska.